It's amazing how much you can do whenever you stop worrying about what others think about you. Hey, if you're new to this channel, my name is Chris Landry. I'm an independent filmmaker out in New Orleans, Louisiana. Today, I wanted to take a different approach and talk about something that's helped me along my personal journey in life and may or may not help you along your personal journey. So if this sounds like something that interests you and you want to learn a little bit more about what steps you can take to stop caring about what people think about you, stick around to the end of this video and you never know, you might learn a little something. So here's me. So when I was younger, I struggled a lot with shyness and insecurity and just thinking too much about what other people thought about me. This ended up stopping me from doing a lot of things that I was truly passionate about, like creating art, making friends, socializing, talking to people, just a whole bunch of stuff. Over time, I found that the core problem behind all of these issues that I was having was that I simply cared too much about what other people thought about me. I was so overly focused on people liking me that I didn't even really take the time out to figure out if I liked myself or even grow to liking things that I do. I never wanted to be viewed negatively in the eyes of others. For a long time, I thought this was just a norm. I thought that this was just a human emotion that everybody experienced, everybody deals with for their entire lives. And this was just something I was gonna have to just bear with. I would always hear the phrase of people saying, okay, yeah, you shouldn't care about what people think about you. My parents would tell me after I came home from school, and I would see things on social media as well saying, just don't care about what people think. Never, like quotes and stuff, you know, the little quotes that you see, don't care about what others think and stuff like that on Twitter and all that type of stuff. That's the type of stuff I would see. None of it ever really stuck with me because none of it ever explained step by step, what is this feeling? How can I take steps to get rid of this feeling and change this part of me? So that's the reason why I'm making this video. For anybody else out there that might be young, struggling with this, or even older, or even like way older than me or anything like that, just like anybody that's dealing with the feeling of caring too much about what other people think about them, letting these emotions stop you from doing things that you may be passionate about, that may be beneficial for you. So that's what this video is out to explain. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have sort of an idea on how at least I was able to do it and how you can translate some of these ideas into your personal life. Now keep in mind, I'm not any sort of psychiatrist or anything like that. These are all just my personal findings and things that I've learned along my journey that have helped me pursue all my creative projects and even get in front of this camera right now to talk to y'all. So without further ado, here's step one. Recognize the importance. In the book Meditations, Marcus Aurelius says, don't waste the rest of your time here worrying about other people, unless it affects the common good. It will keep you from doing anything useful. So I know, at least for me, when I was first dealing with all these insecurities and dealing with all this shyness and just caring so much about what other people thought about me, I didn't really think it was important to not care about what other people thought. I didn't really see it as being one of the main factors behind me not putting out projects, behind me not doing things that I wanted to do, behind me not talking to people in public. I didn't see it as the main issue. Because I feel like a lot of times the mind has this way of giving you these other excuses that don't actually correlate with the main problem. So for example, say you're at like a party or something like that, right? And you're listening to the music, you might have had you a drink or two or something like that, and you came to the party to have a good time. But your mind will tell you something like, oh, nah, I don't feel like dancing, I'm too tired, or I'm gonna dance at the next party or something like that. Even though in your brain, you really actually wanna dance at this party. But your mind will tell you all these different types of things just to cover the fact that the real reason is because you care too much about what these other people in this party are going to think about you, right? So I say that this is important because this same ideology translates over into so many different aspects of our lives that we don't even recognize it. Like, say you're a creative, right? And you have a project that you've been working on forever, it feels like. This project has been so important to you. It could be some sort of artistic project. It could be a drawing. It could be a movie. It could be a song. It could be whatever, right? And you'll go into making this project with so much passion, so much drive, so much, just everything, right? But when it comes time to actually put the project out, now all of a sudden you got cold feet. You don't want to put it out, and you're just like, you're waiting. You're saying, okay, I'll put it out this next weekend, or I'll put it out tomorrow, or I'll put it out the next day. And then you end up just sitting on it forever because you're afraid of what people might say about this project. When in reality, if your project is good, people are going to like it. And the people that you made it for are going to like it. There's always going to be people that don't like what you're doing, that don't appreciate the artwork. There's going to be people like that all the time. There's no avoiding that. So by overcoming this one fear, you can unlock so many doors in life that you never knew were there. In any field that you're in, you could be, I don't care if you're an accountant, I don't care if you're working at Wendy's, I don't care if you're working at Subway, I don't care if you're working at Billboard. It does not matter where you are. It doesn't matter what position you are in life. Developing this one simple trait can help you in so many different aspects in life that after you develop it, you'll be asking yourself, dang, why didn't I just do that earlier? Also, aside from even all the opportunities that it could potentially bring to you, once you develop this trait, it's just freeing. Walking around the neighborhood, or walking around the supermarket, or walking around the mall, or just going on about your day-to-day life just feels more free whenever you're not worried about what this person might think, or what that person might think, or what am I wearing today? How are they gonna look at me? How am I gonna be viewed in other people's eyes? And just bringing in unnecessary anxiety. Those two words are the main consequence for the point that I'm making in this video. Unnecessary anxiety. Why bring unnecessary anxiety into your life for people who, one, won't care after a day or a week or whatever it may be, or two, don't actually matter in the grand scheme of your life? Imagine you're about to go outside to take out the trash or something like that, and you're wearing your pajamas or something like that. You go in and you change your clothes to go out and take out the trash because you don't want Bob from down the street to see you while you're in your pajamas. You change your clothes, you go outside, take out the trash. Bob sees you, right? And he goes back inside. He doesn't even remember what you were wearing. 10 minutes later, he's going on with his own life. And the basic point that I'm trying to make here is that people have so much going on in their own lives that they're not actually committing that energy that you're thinking that they might be committing to think about you and what you have going on. And if they do, it's a thought that goes away in probably like in 10 minutes. Now, while not caring about what other people think about you is very important to your own progress, that's not to say that you shouldn't care about the people who are going to be progressive to your life. The people who are going to support you, the people who are going to be beneficial to whatever it is that you have going on are important to keep into consideration in whatever it is that you're doing if you're doing it for them. If you're doing it for yourself, you don't have to care about what they think either. But it is good to be considerate of the people who are here to help you. All the people who don't want what's best for you, all the people who are not in your life for a good reason or are not bringing positivity in your life, why waste your time worrying about what they think? I feel like the real power comes whenever you can take those negative thoughts that other people may or may not think about you and decide for yourself that they do not matter. To talk a little bit more about not caring about what other people think about you and how it can affect your creativity, I asked one of my close friends who I know doesn't care about what anybody thinks about him in this next clip. So here it is.
Nigga said I eat booty before I eat cold.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. What I figured out, bro, I figured out the hack. But Cane's coleslaw, the trick is you gotta eat it on the sandwich. That's the only way it works. You gotta eat the coleslaw on the sandwich whenever you can't just eat it by itself. But yeah, my man, LaReezy, why do you feel like it's important to not think about others' opinions on what you're doing, and how does it help your creativity in life?
That was a great question, Chris. In the span of how long you could execute ideas and give your energy to the world is probably about 70 years. You may not really get consciousness of your purpose until you're 20. And if you hone in on that, you might pursue your purpose until you 90, right? So that's like 70 years, right? We live 100, and we wouldn't maximize that because the thought of what someone else thinks of us. Someone just drove down the street. I could have not wore this hat because I'm like, this look crazy. Someone gonna think I look a certain way. No one cares. The people who do care are the people that's attracted to what you're doing. That's the only people you should care about. But it's like, if you're moving thinking about what other people think, you're not doing what you want to do, because you're moving based off the perception of the world. Everyone wakes up. Some people don't. If you woke up this morning, it was for a reason. If your purpose was served on this earth, you wouldn't be here anymore. It's written for when your time comes, right? If you wake up, then it must mean it ain't your day yet. You're obligated to keep seeking your purpose and keep seeking why you're supposed to be on this earth, you know, and what your purpose is to the world. If not, then you just a zombie. You just wasting air. It's ungrateful to not chase, because you have a purpose and you're here for a reason, you know? And if I wanted to go even, you know, to a whole left field, everyone is the main character in their life. So you wore your slippers today outside because you wanted to wear your slippers. You could have not wore them slippers because you was like, someone might look at me and think something of me. But you don't care, so you wore the slippers. That's how
Different socks.
bro, my socks are inside out. I didn't even put on lotion today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't care though. You know what I'm saying? So everyone has their own life. If someone sees you, that's a part of their life, but you're in your life. So what they see is what they see. They gonna forget about it. We got a short attention span. I forgot who I saw walking up the street today already. You know what I'm saying? And imagine they was acting a certain way because they was thinking about what I thought of them, and I don't even remember who they was. That'd be goofy on their part. It's not healthy. People love you for you, and you can't be you if you think about what everyone else wants you to be, you know?
Because it's a skill that you have to develop.
Yeah, it's just like, I just kept doing things. Like, I kept shooting videos in big areas where a bunch of people was at, and was like, I'm here. I'ma just do it. Even though I'm kind of nervous, I'ma just do it anyway because I want to make the best product, because this is my main life. I'm the main character. I need to make the best product possible for this video. If I'm worrying about what everyone else thinks, I can't make the best product for my purpose. And just throwing yourself out there. Like, my dad used to make me go to networking events and force me to speak to the people and get a phone number and stuff like that. And now it's just like, I can go up to anyone because it's like, we're all humans. You know, sometimes I'll be like, okay, well, let me just look at it as if I'm in a movie. Like, if I am nervous, it'd be like, all right, let's imagine I'm in a movie and this is just a part of the scene. If it goes wrong, it still makes great for the plot. If it goes right, it still makes great for the plot. The plot is life, you know? You gotta just put yourself out there, practice, go outside and cord yourself in Target. You know what I'm saying? And keep doing it. And it's not only gonna apply to that, it's gonna apply in what you wear, what you say, where you go, how you move, what you do, what you think. Once you take the fear out of what people perceive you as, what people are gonna say, then it's like, yeah, you be free. You're free. That is its own matrix. If you wanna be the greatest, you can't be afraid.
You heard it here first, people. So, what does it take to actually develop this skill and make this whole idea of not caring what other people think about you come to reality? This is the way that I found to do it. Starting with acknowledging your fear. I believe that at its root, caring about what other people think about you is really rooted in fear. You're afraid that this other person might have some sort of meaningful impact on your life because they think this about you. Or maybe they're gonna say this about you to other people. Or maybe this is gonna get out or that's gonna get out. When in reality, 99.9% of the time, none of that is gonna happen if you're being your authentic self. Anytime that you find yourself hesitant in doing something that you care about because you're afraid of what somebody else may say or think about you, recognize that hesitancy is rooted in fear. And fear is the greatest enemy of progress. So first, you have to implant in your mind that this is a fear that I have. This is something that I need to overcome. After realizing that, a lot more things will be clear to you. Whenever you have those instances in which you're afraid to do something because of what somebody else may think, you're going to acknowledge in your mind okay, this is a fear that I have. This is something that I've been struggling with. This is a good time to try to work on this and get practice on translating this idea into my actual life. So that brings me into my next point, shifting your identity. In the book Atomic Habits by Austin Kleon, Austin talks a lot about how habits are so much easier to reinforce whenever you believe that this is something that is a part of you already. Telling yourself that you are a person that does not care about what other people think about them can help you exponentially in your journey to actually putting it in place. I believe this is because over time, shifting your identity in your mind will leak this idea into your subconscious mind so that eventually you will not have to think before you do ambitious things or pursue things that you're passionate about. Eventually, it'll get to a point to where you're not having to constantly remind yourself, hey, I need to be more outgoing because I'm trying to reinforce this in my mind. Eventually, it'll just become second nature to you and it'll just be a part of the person that you are. So that brings me to my third and final point. After solidifying this idea that you are this person that does not care about what other people think around you, you need to start doing small things every single day that reinforce this idea. Going into that grocery store, talking to that random person, or talking to that person that maybe can help you, putting out that project that you might have been working on, or putting out that video like this one, literally like this one. This is my first talking head video that I'm ever doing. And there's gonna be a lot more of these that I'm doing because of this idea alone. That means that every single day you have to put in the work necessary to make this change within yourself. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen in a week or so. It's gonna take time for you to fully develop this skill. Even I'm still trying to get this skill developed within myself fully. But after you do, it will be one of the most freeing experiences that you've had. You'll be able to do so many things that you never thought that you'd be able to do. People are gonna see you as being way more outgoing. You're gonna have a much better time at parties. You're gonna have so much more fun in life. You're gonna get so much more done. And it's gonna change a lot more things in your life than you may have expected. So hopefully if you apply these 3 points into your life and you make it a point to practice each one of them every single day, you will see significant change in your journey of not caring what people think. So if you found this video helpful or insightful, or you agree with the systematic approach of not caring about what other people think about you, then feel free to leave a thumbs up, comment, like, subscribe. I guess like is the same thing as thumbs up, but yeah. Plan on dropping some more videos in the future, whether they be like this or whether it be other types of videos or whatever. You got a lot more stuff coming, so stay tuned and thank you for watching. Peace.